I warned you. Source showed me this was coming, and it's only the beginning. For months, I've been telling people that we were moving into a period of increasing Earth changes, increasing seismic activity, and increasing energetic instability. Many dismissed it, many laughed, but now we're watching these events unfold in real time. What we have just witnessed is a historic global seismic burst. A devastating double earthquake sequence struck Venezuela. First came a magnitude 7.2 earthquake, followed just seconds later by a magnitude 7.5. These earthquakes occurred at shallow depths, making them far more destructive than deep earthquakes that lose energy before reaching the surface. The damage reports coming out are heartbreaking. Buildings have collapsed, roads have cracked, entire neighborhoods have suffered severe destruction. Power outages have been reported. Families are searching for loved ones, and because this happened so recently, the true scale of the tragedy may not be known for days or even weeks. What makes this event even more significant is that it closely resembles what happened in 1812. During that year, Venezuela experienced a destructive double earthquake sequence that killed thousands of people. History doesn't repeat exactly, but it often rhymes. The similarities between these events are impossible to ignore. At nearly the same time, Japan was struck by a magnitude 6.9 earthquake. Fortunately, Japan is one of the most earthquake-prepared nations on Earth. The quake occurred offshore at significant depth that no major tsunami was expected. But it is another sign that seismic activity is elevated worldwide. And earlier, Northern California experienced a significant earthquake near Willits, an area that rarely sees earthquakes of that size. This caught my attention immediately because California and Venezuela share a remarkable historical connection. Back in 1812, major earthquakes struck Venezuela and California during the same general period. Today we have a major earthquake in Northern California, followed by a historic double sequence in Venezuela. That pattern deserves attention. What we're seeing isn't isolated activity, it's part of a larger global seismic burst. Current seismic activity levels worldwide have reached extreme levels. We recently saw a major earthquake in the Philippines, increased activity across the Pacific Ring of Fire, and now these events in Venezuela, Japan, and California. One of the reasons I have been paying close attention to this period is because of conditions occurring on the sun. Large coronal holes have opened in the sun's atmosphere, releasing high-speed streams of solar wind that are now interacting with Earth's magnetic field. The timing of these interactions has repeatedly coincided with increases in earthquake activity. The moment Earth entered the latest high-speed solar wind stream, these major earthquakes began occurring almost immediately afterwards. Can we predict the exact location, exact magnitude, and exact time of every earthquake? No. But we are beginning to recognize patterns. We are beginning to recognize periods when global earthquake activity becomes elevated. We are beginning to understand that Earth, the Sun, and our energetic environment may be connected in ways mainstream science still struggles to explain. Now let's talk about what happens next. The danger in Venezuela is not over. Aftershocks are almost guaranteed following earthquakes of this size. It is common to see aftershocks one magnitude lower than the main event. That means magnitude 6 and potentially 6.5 aftershocks remain possible. That may not sound significant to some people, but aftershocks can be deadly. Buildings already damaged by the main earthquakes become unstable. Walls weakened by shaking can collapse. Structures that survived the first event may not survive the next one. People returning to their homes and businesses could be placed at risk if additional shaking occurs. This means the next several days are critical. Looking at the historical record, this is the largest earthquake sequence to strike Venezuela since 1812. That is history unfolding before our eyes. The historical record also suggests we should be watching neighboring regions closely. Large earthquakes often redistribute stress along connected fault systems. We have seen this repeatedly around the world. That doesn't mean another major earthquake is guaranteed somewhere else. It means the probability landscape changes. And when we combine that with elevated solar activity, ongoing seismic unrest, and increasing global energy movement, we have every reason to remain alert. Japan also remains an area of concern. Over the last several months, Japan has experienced a remarkable number of magnitude 6 and magnitude 7 earthquakes. Today's 6.9 is not an isolated event. It is part of a broader trend. The Philippines, Indonesia, and the broader Pacific region have also been extremely active. When seismic energy begins moving through multiple regions at once, it often signals that larger global processes are underway. We are also approaching a full moon, a period associated with stronger tidal forces acting not only on the oceans but on Earth's crust itself. While tidal forces alone do not create earthquakes, they can contribute to conditions that help trigger faults already near failure. So we have several factors occurring simultaneously. Elevated global seismic activity, major earthquakes in multiple regions, high-speed solar wind streams, powerful solar activity, historic planetary alignments, and increasing stress across known fault systems. This is why I keep saying we are not witnessing isolated events. We are witnessing a pattern. I'm not saying the world is ending. I am not saying catastrophe is guaranteed. I am saying that the signs are becoming harder to ignore. The earth is changing. The systems around us are changing. And humanity is entering a period where awareness, preparation, and community matter more than ever. If you live in an earthquake zone, have emergency supplies, have water, have food, have communication plans, have a way to help your neighbors. Preparation is not fear. Preparation is wisdom. And beyond physical preparation, there's something even more important. What sources continue to show me is that these events are not only about geology, they're about people. They're about awakening. They're about recognizing that none of us are meant to face what is coming alone. The message I keep receiving is simple. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to find your people. Now is the time to build communities based on truth, compassion, resilience, and spiritual awareness. Because what we are seeing now is only the beginning. And I was shown that before things go deeper, before the challenges become greater, we must come together and unite a community of souls who understand what is happening and are willing to help one another through it. That time is now. Till next time, remember, we're all in this together. One love, family.